Welcome, guys. We have with us Amol Muzumdar, a veteran of India's domestic cricket and one of the top run scorers in Ranji Trophy history. He's also coached some of the franchisees, some of the eminent names in the franchisees. So, welcome, Amol. How have you been? How's the lockdown treating you?
Thank you very much for having me on the show. Lockdown hasn't been too kind, that's for sure, because being right from the young age, I've been traveling quite a lot,
Yeah.
and that's one thing what I've been missing. But I've enjoyed my time at home. It's the need of the hour. It's
Hmm.
I just treated it like it was 10 for 3 on the scoreboard. I got to
Yeah.
dig in for the next three sessions.
So, was it a bouncer or a yorker?
No, it was 10 for 3. So you just got to leave some of the balls outside off some. You got to let these days pass by.
Okay, so I'm assuming it was a fierce outswinger. So, yeah, talking about a little bit about your cricketing journey. So, it was 1988, and you were a part of that historic match. The that for you were playing for Shardashram, that Vidya Mandir, in the match where Sachin and Kambli scored that had that historic partnership. Not many people know that you were padded up before Sachin went into bat. So, how was that experience? Did you ever know that you aren't going to bat in that match?
It's not possible to know whether you're going to bat in the game or not. But being just a 13-year-old kid,
Mm-hmm.
all I wanted to do was go out there and just bat. Never did I knew that probably after how many 32 years now, I would be still talking about that game. I never did I know about it. Kambli was at number 3, Sachin was batting at number 4 as usual, and I was batted up at number 5. We lost a couple of wickets early, and these two went in and then continued batting for hours together, and probably the entire day and a half I was just batted up.
So what were you doing that entire day, that entire match?
First, initially, when you're a 13-year-old kid, you just want to, as I said, you just want to get out there and bat in a game. Uh, I was no different. The emotions were same, that I just wanted to go there and prove myself and get as many runs as possible. But it was just a stroke of luck that Vinod and Sachin just carried on batting. At one stage, I felt a little frustrated and felt as if whether my chance would come or not. But then, I started enjoying it because rest of the kids were enjoying it as well. The crowd that was gathered there at Azad Maidan, they were enjoying it. So I thought to myself, might as well enjoy it. So I went through different emotions. First, there was anxiety, where always you feel that anxiety when your turn is just around the corner, and then it turned out to be a little bit of frustration because I was padded up for a long time. And the third emotion that I went through was just enjoyment. Enjoyed their innings, enjoyed their partnership. Little did we know that it was a world record. We had no clue what was going on. All we knew was just to get runs and score runs. And probably after a day or two, we came to know that it was a world record because it was a different era, different time that time. So we didn't know instantly that it was a world record.
So talking about your first class debut, I think you made some 260 odd, unbeaten 260 in the match against Haryana, and it was, if I'm not wrong, it was the match before the quarterfinals. So how was that experience like? Did you have some chills, or what was that experience like?
Well, that debut of mine was much awaited.
Hmm.
I happened to wait for that debut for a long time. I feel, as I said, as a kid, all I wanted to do was to play for Mumbai and then for India. Mm.
Hmm.
And the Mumbai dream was actually happening under Ravi Shastri, and
Hmm.
it was quite a bit of an emotional journey till then. I'd scored a lot of runs in junior cricket, in domestic cricket, in local cricket. I was getting runs by tons. And yeah, I mean, Ranji Trophy debut happened in front of a sparsely crowd, which was gathered there at Nahar Singh Stadium in Faridabad. It was a pre-quarter final, and Ravi Shastri was my captain. It just turned out to be one of those days where you can't put a foot wrong. And I just carried on and on. Ultimately, I ended up getting 260 again. It was a world record, and I didn't know that it was a world record. Somebody came and told. I knew that it was an Indian record because a scorer had come in between, and he had told me that you are approaching an Indian record of you would be beating Gundappa Vishwanath's record on debut in first class cricket. That was 230, I think. And but I never knew it was a world record again. So it turned out to be a happy memory.
So Mumbai also won the tournament later on. And with all these legends around, what was your entire thought process in your debut tournament? You're winning the tournament, and then with such high scores, what was the overall experience?
It was a different era. It was a different era in cricket. It was a pre-IPL era. Probably the youngsters now may not know what I'm talking about, but it was just a different thrill, different enjoyment that we played cricket for. I mean, till then, my debut season, I didn't play cricket professional. I just played because I enjoyed it, because I loved it. I loved batting, so I batted. As simple as that. So yeah, it was a different era. It was a great team which I was surrounded by. There was Ravi Shastri in the dressing room. There was Sachin Tendulkar. There was Vinod Kambli. There was Sanjay Manjrekar. Some seniors had just retired or gone to some other different states to play. And Mumbai's flag had to be raised again because we hadn't won Ranji Trophy for 9 years till then. 84-85 was the last time we won. Mumbai had won Ranji Trophy, and after that, then that team of Ravi Shastri in 93-94, where I made my debut, we went on to win the tournament. It was a fantastic feeling, no better feeling than that. And winning a tournament, winning Ranji Trophy is a great satisfaction. I mean, I cannot explain it in words. Of course, there will be tournaments which you go on to win. There will be World Cups that you may go on to win. Ranji Trophy is a special feeling, absolute special feeling, because it starts in September and it used to end in March or April at that time. So you got to have that period of time where you got to keep your form going. It was difficult, but it was great feeling.
So Amol, you mentioned about Mumbai cricket and all the highs and lows, not lows exactly, but highs. Which Mumbai cricketer you have some great memories with, or you enjoyed the most batting with?
Batting with? That's an interesting one because, it's hard to pick one guy who...
some of those cricketers.
Several guys. I mean, I enjoyed batting with Vinod Kambli, a superb cricketer. Lovely to watch from the other end. I enjoyed my partnership with Kambli quite a bit. Had a lot of partnerships with him over a decade and a half that I played for Mumbai. And Vinod played a huge chunk in that career of mine. Also with Wasim, I enjoyed quite a bit because our although he came a little later, but our careers coincided with each other. So obviously I played a lot with Wasim Jafar. Enjoyed with him. Lovely to watch again. Beautiful to watch. His shots were magnificent. In fact, some of the shots, some of the innings that he played were just breathtaking innings. One guy I really enjoyed and learned quite a bit was Sanjay Manjrekar. I learned quite a bit. It was an education for me when he used to bat and he used to take field. I used to observe him as a captain, how he handles a situation. I learned quite a bit with him. Of course, I mean, it will be a cliche to say I enjoyed with Sachin.
Yeah.
Sachin didn't play that much for Mumbai, but whenever he was available, he made sure that he played for Mumbai. So these were the 3-4 guys I really enjoyed batting with.
Sachin must have had a different aura na, around the dressing room and around those playing days in the matches and all.
Probably the greatest cricketer that India has
Yeah,
ever seen.
yeah.
So it goes without saying that he had an aura and he had a personality where it was unmatched personality, and it was a as I said, it was a pre-Dhoni era, pre-Sehwag, uh, pre-Ganguly, pre-Dravid. So he had a different kind of a personality, and of course, I mean, I played with him since my school days, so it didn't make a massive difference to me. But I'm sure, if some of the other guys who came up, who stood up and played in the Mumbai team, who had never played with Tendulkar, obviously they must be feeling something. Um, but wow, what a cricketer! What a cricketer!
So, cut to 1994, you had gained plenty of experience at that time, and you were named the vice captain of India's under 19 team. And then you were suddenly playing in the Team A for India. So, you were around all those legends, Saurav Ganguly and Rahul Dravid. Was it at any point difficult for you to rise among all of them?
To be honest, I was not
I
bothered
mean,
about it.
was it
I,
competition tough?
yeah, of course it was. Of course it was. But I didn't look at it in that fashion. All I knew was I had to get runs. I had a bat in my hand, and all my father and my guru Atsrikar sir taught me that was to score runs wherever possible. I mean, uh, um, whether it was office cricket, whether it was club cricket, whether it was Ranji Trophy cricket, whether it was in India A team, anywhere, all over the world, whether you were playing in England, it didn't matter. All it mattered was to score runs. And all I focused was at that time was to score runs. Sort of Ganguly, Rahul Dravid later on went on, and Lakshman later on became very good players for India. Some of them went on to become greats, all-time greats. So yeah, I mean, it was at that time I didn't bother about it. All I knew was to score runs, and I was bothered about scoring runs.
In 2006, you were made the captain of Mumbai, and then Mumbai went on to win the tournament. How did you take the pressure of captaincy in that season, particularly? Was that special for you? I mean, it certainly was, but how was the experience? Was it memorable?
Obviously, it was memorable because you win, as I said, Ranji Trophy championship is something really special, and it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen every year. So when it happens, you've got to enjoy it. And being a captain was even more special. But to be honest, I mean, captaincy, I think it came naturally to me. When I was under 15, I was a captain. I was groomed as a captain. That's the beauty of Mumbai cricket, that they groom certain cricketers who they know that they could become captains later on. They groom them. And I was a captain for since under 15 days. Under 15, I led Mumbai. I captained under 19. We won the championships then. Slowly became the captain of MCA Colts in club cricket over here, and then slowly, eventually went on to lead Mumbai. And before the 2006 and 7 season, I was made official. I was made the captain official in that 2006-7 season. But I had led Mumbai before. In 96-97, when Sanjay Manjrekar was injured a little bit, he had recommended my name to lead Mumbai in his absence. So that was my first stint as a captain way back in 96-97. So it was about 10 years that I was leading on and off. When Samir Dige went to play for India, I led the team. When Sachin went, I led the team. So it wasn't new to me, but officially I was named captain for the first time. Stopgap captains, I had captained quite a bit for Mumbai. Officially, I was captain for the first time. My daughter was born that year, so it was a very special year, very, very special. To win the Ranji Trophy, it was just outstanding. It was icing on the cake. I
and then three years later becoming the highest run getter in Ranji Trophy tournament. I mean, that was something special.
Yeah, I mean Ranji Trophy अभी ऐसी बात है कि अगर आप 17-19 साल खेलो रणजी ट्रॉफी तो रन तो बनेंगे और
Hmm.
आप eventually you will climb up to that. But I was fortunate enough that I could climb right up there and break that ice. Actually, that record of Amarjit KP stood for a long time.
Hmm.
Before that, it was I think it was Brijesh Patel and Ashok Mankad had broken the record earlier, and it stood for a long time. And I was probably one of the guys who could beat that and eventually scale up the ladder. And now, of course, Wasim has broken that. But I think I was the first one who could go
Yeah,
past that barrier.
yeah.
And I was lucky enough to do that. By God's grace, I think it was pretty special to scale right at the Everest of Ranji Trophy run scoring chart.
So, talking about your batting, you've always been a great timer of the ball, and you've always believed in timing the ball to perfection. Do you think the contemporary generation or the present generation is rushing more towards execution rather than the process in terms of batting?
Well, you can't categorize the youngsters into one bracket. There are different types of players, right?
So,
So you can't categorize all the youngsters in that fashion, and I feel there is an influence of T20 cricket on them, but so be it. I mean, that's the need of the hour. That's our time now, and you got to adjust to every question that has been thrown in this era. And I think youngsters are quite good. They're quite dedicated, and some of them are thorough professionals nowadays.
mhm. So, as a professional or as a cricketer, which format are you more inclined towards these days?
Um, I love cricket. I
Mhm.
honestly love cricket, and I don't care about the format.
Okay.
To be very honest, T20 cricket came in right at the end of my career, on almost to the brink of my end of my career,
Mhm.
and I feel, I had a feeling earlier that I'm not going to like this one because I was a conventional one. I like Test cricket. I like the red ball stuff, and I personally, I thought that I won't like this one. The T20 cricket is just slam bang cricket. But when I played it, I really got hooked onto it. I really got addicted to it, and I wanted T20 cricket to keep me going. It is an addiction, T20 cricket. It's just like a smartphone of yours. If you don't have your smartphone after 1 hour, I'm sure you'll feel itchy. You would like to go and see what's happening. It's just like that. So T20 cricket is going nowhere. I love T20 cricket, but the main thing is to be good Test cricketer, good red ball cricketer. I have always believed this, and I've voiced this quite often, that if you are a good red ball cricketer, you would be a definite good one-day player, a definite good white ball cricketer. But it may not be the other way around.
Yeah, true.
So, so for youngsters, any youngster watching this program, I would like to suggest that try and hone your skills with red ball cricket first, and then focus on white ball.
True. So, talking about the youngsters only, from Mumbai cricket, who are those youngsters that you believe could climb up the ladder in the upcoming times?
There are a couple of them. We've already seen a few guys, climbing up. Somebody like Rohit Sharma is amazingly talented. But I think he's in and around 30, 31 now. Ajinkya Rane out there again, 30, 31. Talking about youngsters, I think Prithvi Shaw and Yashasvi Jaiswal would be two who I would keep my eyes on because amazing their talent, skill wise they're second to none, and I think temperament wise they want it. That is the main thing. What I see in a youngster, I happen to see. I mean, I do spend quite a bit of time in coaching now. I do tend to see whether that youngster wants it badly or not. That's the difference between a good player and a great player. There, whether he wants it badly. And I think these two I mentioned just now, I think they want it badly.
And among bowlers?
Bowlers, it's very difficult. It's a difficult time for Mumbai. The reason why Mumbai hasn't won for the last couple of seasons is because they don't have any bowler.
Yeah.
No offense to any particular bowler.
Hmm.
We do have some super bowlers who are representing India as well. But apart from them, I don't think there are any other spinners or even fast bowlers for that matter who would climb up the ladder and represent India just as bowlers. And I wish that Mumbai find some fast bowlers and some spinners because there have been a dearth of bowlers in the Mumbai ranks.
So you talked about Rohit Sharma. He's always had that. Look, people say he has always had that a second more than every batsman. Did you and the people around Mumbai cricket spot that talent early on in him? You played with him, right?
He made his debut under my captains.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In 2006 and 7, Rohit Sharma was made his debut in 2006 and 7. I was a captain, as we mentioned about that season, 2006 and 7. It was a special season. Rohit was a youngster just coming off the under 19 ranks, and there was a buzz around in Mumbai circles that here is a good prospect and he's got good future, immense talent, and you could see it right from the word go. He was just he took no time to adjust to first class cricket and just took first class cricket like fish takes on to water. It just smoothly went through his business, and I think he was quite talented right from the word go. And yeah, I feel nice to be the first captain of Rohit Sharma.
Okay, was he that flamboyant then also?
I can't say it was flamboyant because I've seen flamboyance from since I was 12 or 13
Yeah,
with Vinod Kambli being around.
yeah, yeah.
I don't think there was any more flamboyant cricketer than Kambli ever.
I'm talking
Or
about flamboyance in batting.
yeah, I'm talking about both. I'm
Okay, okay,
talking about both.
okay.
Off the field and on the field. Rohit Sharma was hey, he was just a youngster, and I think he was great. He was terrific in the dressing room as well, and on the field he was 100% all the time. So you can't ask for more.
So you've coached a lot of, as I mentioned, you've coached a lot of franchisees, right, from South African cricket team and Rajasthan Royals for that matter, and the under 19 team, the under 19 Indian team. Which stint did you enjoy the most, or was the most memorable one for you?
Oh God. Uh, the most memorable one has to be the South Africa one
Hmm.
because that was people say that I didn't play Test cricket, I didn't play for India.
Hmm.
But when I bore the South African colours on the very first day of the first Test match at Visakhapatnam in 2019, that was a very proud feeling. Although it was South African colours, but still it was Test cricket. It was international cricket. And I just happened to say to myself that after today, nobody can say that I haven't tasted international cricket because I've seen Test match cricket from the dressing room itself. So that was a very memorable one. But I enjoyed Rajasthan Royals, and I still enjoy Rajasthan Royals. I'm still the batting coach of the franchise. And yeah, it's been great to be associated with the Royals for the last 3 years, and just a wonderful franchisee to work with. Amazing people around, and have enjoyed every bit of it.
So you have had a long, long career. Which is that one player or that one idol whom you idolize the most and still continue to do that?
Ah,
Be it
I
a
think there was
bowler or
only
a
one.
batsman.
I think there was only one idol when I was growing up, and I still have it. Sunil Gavaskar. Gavaskar. I mean, you can bring in anybody in front, and I would be comfortable. I would be talking. I would be, I would chat around. But once Sunil Gavaskar enters the room, I just can't speak anything. I just go shut. You know, Probably it's just because of due respect to him. And I keep saying this to Rohan as well. I mean, Rohan is a very good friend of mine, extremely good friend. We do commentary quite a bit in domestic circuit, and I share quite a good relation with Rohan. But Gavaskar sir is something else. That aura is something else. Now when he comes into the room, I just shut up.
True. So, Amol, to sum it up, I'll ask 5 questions. That'll be rapid fire questions, and you have to name one of them, and you have to give a reason for that. Are you ready?
Okay. Yep. Ready?
So, first question: if you have to face one of the three fast bowlers among Jasprit Bumrah, Mitchell Stark, and Kagiso Rabada, who would that one bowler be?
I would face Mitchell Stark, uh, purely because left armor, quick in the air, that challenge that he throws in a lot of bouncers and yorkers and different kind of deliveries. I think I would love to face Mitchell Stark. That's a challenge, and I do love challenges. Well, I can say anything now, isn't it? Now that I've given up cricket.
Yeah. And the same question for spinners: Muralidharan, Anil Kumble, and Shane Warne.
Well, I've faced all three of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Shane Warne, just again that battle between ball and bat, and the one-upmanship that he had, the showmanship. I worked with Shane with Rajasthan Royals. He was our brand ambassador last year, and then he was a mentor in the first year that I joined Royals. Amazing character, genius, absolute genius. So I think I would love to face Shane Warne.
Okay. And the quickest bowler you have faced in your life, in your entire career?
I think Brett Lee. Uh, Brett Lee, there was a spell from Brett Lee, and there was a spell from Alan Don. But Brett Lee, I think, was as sharp as it can get. Unbelievably quick through the air, and you just have to react to quickly. You just have to play by your instincts. You watch the ball and you hit it. There's no time to think. So I think Brett Lee was the quickest seller.
Okay. And which is that one batsman you would still like to bat with? Virat Kohli, bat with.
Yeah.
Virat Kohli, Steve Smith, Joe Root, and Kane Williamson, all in the Fab Four.
I think Virat. Just to observe him from the 22 yards, I've seen Sachin Tendulkar operate from 22 yards. I would love to see Virat, how he is different than Tendulkar. That's the only thing which I would like to see in Virat. But I also would like to see. Can I have one more or just one?
You can.
Steve Smith is somebody very unique,
Mm-hmm.
very different. So I would like to, although he's a captain of Rajasthan Royals this season. Very close up with Steve Smith. So these are two who I would love to bat with. Virat, for just to see how different he is than Tendulkar, and and Steve Smith because of his uniqueness.
And which is your favorite IPL franchise apart from Rajasthan Royals, of course?
No one.
No one.
No one. I have always been a Rajasthan Royals supporter, right from the word go of the IPL. Although I live in Mumbai, but I just happened to. It was just that the ethos that Rajasthan Royals had right from the start, that they encourage the youngsters, they encourage homegrown players. That's what I like about them, and I've been fortunate enough to work with them and see how closely they operate with the domestic players. It's just fantastic.
Okay, Amol. Thank you for joining us. I think that's it. And we had a great session. And I wish you all the luck for future.
Pleasure. And thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.